Assalamu alaikum. This is Amir Rahman speaking from Shipper High School, Birampur, Dinaspur. Dear students, uh, before this class, I have uploaded so many classes in my YouTube channel. You know that my YouTube channel is CCH Aminur, and also in my Facebook account Aminur Rahman. If you search there, you will get a lot of classes, and this class will help you just to know the grammatical terms very easily. No more word today. Let's come to the discussion. Today, I want to discuss with you the most important aspect, that is very much important aspect, is important grammatical term, that is narration. Okay, to come to this side, narration. We know that there are two types of narration: direct narration and indirect narration. In a question paper, there will be the direct narration, but you have to change it in indirect narration. But how will you change it? There is some certain rules and regulations. If you just follow these rules and regulations, I think it will help you to solve the problem, uh, to change the narration from direct to indirect. Okay, please, to discuss the direct narration and indirect narration, you should know some certain rules. That is, in direct narration, there are some portion or there are some parts. That is, this is said. Said is the reporting verb. Okay, and this is reporting verb, and this is inverted comma. Okay, and this is reported speech. This is reporting verb. Reported speech, and this is inverted comma. Okay, you should have the idea about this. Okay, dear students, to sense from direct narration to indirect narration, you have to just look at the certain rules. Okay, uh, you have to sense the certain words. Number one, that is repeating verb. Okay, number two, inverted comma. Number three, person. Number four, verb. Okay, you have to just sense these sides. Okay, these four items. That means you have to sense said, that means repeating verb. Okay, this repeating verb will be sensed, and this repeating verb will be sensed depending on the reported speech. Okay, reported speech will help you, will say you this repeating verb will be sensed in this way. Okay, I will just describe it in the next option, next part. Okay, uh, inverted comma, that will be sensed. Okay, in the next say portion, I will just tries to describe it. Repeating, we can say I is the pronoun. Okay, the pronoun or person, that will be sensed, and also verb. Okay, now I'm going to describe it gradually. At first, I want to discuss the sense of person. Person. Okay. Okay, dear students, please look at this. I'm going to describe it, the sense of person. Okay, if we get in the reported speech I, my, me. Okay, I, my, me will indicate the subject of reporting verb. The subject of reporting verb. Okay, this subject will go to the place of I, my, me. Okay, if this is noun, the pronoun of the subject will go there. Okay, and I, my, me, that will be omitted from I, my, me. Okay, now think this is I, and this is my, this is me. I will indicate Iqbal. Iqbal, you know that Iqbal is the noun, and the pronoun of Iqbal is he, his, him. He is subjective, he is possessive, and him is objective. Okay, so in the place of subject, the subject will come. In the place of object, object will come, and in the place of possessive, in the possessive will come in the place of object, object will come. Okay, and I, my, me will be deleted, omitted. So this is the process. Okay, now I'm going to set an example for a better understanding. Please look at this. If we just write down the sentence in this way, if we want to make it indirect, Iqbal told me that in the place of I, that will be he. In the place of my, there will be his. In the place of me, there will be him. So we have got the idea. Okay. So if we get I, and if we get my, and if we get me in reported space, this I, my, me will indicate the subject of reporting verb, and the subject of reporting verb will come in the place of I, my, me. Is it clear? Now, dear students, come to the next option, part 1 and number 1 and number 2 and number 3. Number 2, if we get you, your, you in this place of reported space, if we get anywhere you, your, you in the place of reported space, this you, your, you will indicate the object of reporting verb. Okay, the object of reporting verb will come in the place of you, your, you. If it is subject, the subjective form of the object of reporting verb, that will come in the place of you. If it is possessive, the possessive of the object will come here. If it is objective, the objective of the object will come here. Okay, this is the process. Think, here is written me. So me is the objective form I, my, me. Okay, I is the subjective form of me, my is the possessive form of me is the objective form of me. So you, your, you is the subjective form, your is the possessive form, you is the objective form. Okay, in the place of you, so in the place of you, if we get you, your, you, that will indicate object. In the place of you, I will go there. Okay, I will be set here. Okay, so you will be omitted, deleted. In the place of your, my will be set here. In the place of your, my will be set here, and your will be omitted. In the place of you, that's the object. The place of you, me will be set here, and you will be omitted. You should know the differentiation between you, the subject, and you, the object. Basically, we say such kind of sentence: I like you. I like you. I is the subject, like is the verb, and you is the object. And you like me. Okay, you like me. You is the subject, like is the verb, and me is the object. So if we get you in the beginning of the subject, beginning of the sentence, that is subject, and if we get you at the end of the sentence, that is after the verb, that is object. So you and you were basically the same, but the differentiation in the use of you. Okay, if we get you in the beginning of the subject, the beginning of the sentence, then that is subject, and if we get you after the verb or in the objective form, then the you will be the object. Okay, is it clear? Now I'm going to change it. Okay, if you want to just make it indirect, so Runa told me that, if that is assertive sentence, the instead of inverted comma we will use that. Okay, that, and in the place of you, here will be I. In the place of your, there will be my. In the place of you, there will be me, because this I is the subjective form of me, this my is the objective form of me, this me and this me. Okay, and in the in the place of you, there will be I. In the place of you, there will be my. In the place of you, there will be me. Perhaps it is clear to you. Now, dear students, please come to the side. Sabbir said to me, she, he, she, they, his, her, them, and any name. If we get that in the reported speech, then no sense will be done. Okay, he will be same. That means he will not be sensed, and also the person will not be sensed. So, what will be the indirect narration? Sabir. If we get assertive sentence, the said will be told. Okay, told me, and instead of inverted comma there will be that he will be he, she will be she, they will be they. In this way, there will be no sense. So perhaps this is clear. Dear students, from here, from this part, we came to learn that if we get I, my, me, this I, my, me will indicate the subject of repeating verb. The subject of repeating verb, and this subject will go at the place of I, my, me. Okay, if this is noun, the pronoun of this subject will go there. And if we get you, your, you, this you, your, you will indicate the object of repeating verb. This object will go at the place of you, your, you, and if it is noun, the pronoun of this object will go there. And if we get except I, my, me, and you, your, you, then if we get he, she, it, they, but they won't be sensed. That means they will be same. No sense would be done here. Okay. And another word, another pronoun, that is we, our, us. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes we, our, us are also sensed. Okay. This we, our, us are sometimes indicates also the subject, but not all the time. There is some indication, and I will try to describe it. Okay, in the next class. So perhaps this is clear to you. Now come to the next option. Okay, now dear students, I want to discuss with you the changing of verbs. Okay, already I have discussed with you the changing of pronoun or person. Now I'm discussing with the changing of verbs. Okay, how will the verb be changed? Okay, please look at this. This is the changing of tenses. If we get subject plus verb 1, we know that verb 1, verb 2, verb 3. Okay, verb 1 means base form of verb. Verb 2 means past participle of past form of verbs, and verb 3 means past participle of verbs. Okay, so if we get subject plus verb 1 or base form of verb, then in indirect narration there will be subject plus verb 2. If we get direct narration, if we get do, does, in indirect narration there will be subject plus verb 2. If we get am, is, are, in direct narration, we'll write that was, were, have, has, had, subject plus verb 2, subject plus had plus verb 3, did, subject plus had plus verb 3, didn't, do not, doesn't or don't, doesn't, didn't, hadn't plus verb 3, was, were, had been, had. If you get had, direct narration, in indirect narration there will be had also. No sense to be done. So this is the sense of tenses. If you get this side, and we have to do this side in indirect narration. Okay. And shortly I can say that if we get present tense, that will be past tense. If we get present tense, direct narration, in indirect narration there will be past tense. Now come to the modal verbs. If we get can, that there will be could. If we get may, that will be might, shall, should, will, would, must, had to. So if we get in direct narration, this must, whatever we will do it in direct narration, there will be that side. Okay, This is the short discussion. And now if we just change this form, we will get automatically this side. Rupa told me. If the sentence is assertive sentence, the said will be changed into told, and instead of inverted comma we have to use here that. Now I will indicate Rupa. So Rupa is the female person. Instead of Rupa there will be she, and we have got an M. If we get M, please look at this M, there will be was were. So after she we will use here was. Okay, this is your. Your will indicate the object of repeating verb. So your is the possessive. So the possessive of me will be my. Instead of your, there will be my pen. So this is the sense. Here we got she and we got was. She, I, that has been changed here. She and am that has been changed here was. According to following this rule. Okay. Now I am discussing the changing of narration gradually. Okay, dear students, please look at the board. I am just describing here this. How can we change said and inverted comma? This is the process through which we can change the said or repeating verb and the inverted comma. How can I change repeating verb and how can I change inverted comma? This is the process. Dear students, at first I want to say that totally said and inverted comma will be changed depending on the repeated speech. Okay, depending on the repeated speech, the said or that is repeating verb and the inverted comma will be changed. Okay, we know that there are 5 types of sentences in English. That is assertive sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, optative sentence, and exclamative sentence. Depending on these 5 types of sentences, this we can say repeating verb and repeated inverted comma that will be changed. Okay, so come to this side. If we get assertive sentence, how can we recognize assertive sentence? Assertive sentence that will start with subject plus verb. Okay, we know that there are 2 types of assertive sentence. One is affirmative, another is negative. But affirmative and negative, both sentences will be started with subject plus verb. Of course, there will be subject. So, if we get subject plus verb, then the sentence will be assertive sentence. And if we get assertive sentence in repeated speech, the changing of the repeating verb, that means if we get said, the said will change into told, and instead of inverted comma we will use here that. So perhaps it is clear. So if we get subject plus verb, that means assertive sentence in inverted comma, instead of said or repeating verb, that will be told, and instead of inverted comma that will be that. So this is changed. Okay, in this way it will be changed. Now, if we get interrogative sentence in repeated speech, if we get interrogative sentence, then the changing of the repeating verb that will be asked. Instead of said or told, that will be asked. And if we get, we know that interrogative sentence in 2 ways the interrogative sentence are made. Okay, one, that will be helping verb plus subject plus verb plus extension plus note of interrogation. Okay, after the sentence there will be the note of interrogation. Then the sentence will be the interrogative sentence, and if the sentence starts in this way, the changing of the repeating verb, there will be the asked, and instead of we can say inverted comma, there will be if or whether. Short, we can say small word if we will use here if. Okay, if the sentence starts with question word, that is if we get at the beginning of the interrogative sentence question word, then helping verb, then subject, then verb, then extension, then note of interrogation. Then the sending will be in this way. Instead of repeating verb, there will be the asked, and instead of inverted comma, there will be the question word. Which question word has been used in this sentence? Okay, this question word will be used for omitting, deleting inverted comma. In this way, this will be sensed. Okay, I will give you some example there, and from this example, you will get clear idea. Okay, in the start, just I want to show you first. Now, I want to discuss with you the imperative sentence. We know that imperative sentence basically we will recognize, we will understand, identify imperative sentence. At the beginning of the sentence, there will be the verb and then extension. Then we can say full stop. After the sentence, there will be the full stop, full stop, full stop. Then the sentence will be imperative sentence. If we get any sentence with starting with verb, then our changing will be in this way. Instead of repeating verb, we can use order. If the sentence identify, we can say if the sentence express the order, then we will change repeating verb or say ordered. If it is we can say identify any request, okay, then we'll use here request. Any advice, if it expresses any advice, then we'll use here advised. If we can't understand the we can say motion of the sentence, that whether it is we can say order or advice or request, then we can use here told. Okay, so and instead of inverted comma, we will use here to. Okay, instead of inverted comma, we will use here to. So I will give an example in the later on. This is imperative sentence also. Don't plus extension. If we get don't plus extension in any sentence, we can use instead of repeating verb also ordered, request, advised, told, forbid. But there is the word. If we use forbid, we cannot use here not to, only to. And if we use here not forbid but other words, that means ordered, request, advised, then we have to use here not to, and we have to omit the don't. In this way, we have to change the word. Okay, now I'm going to discuss with you let's. If we get let's plus extension, also the sentence will be imperative sentence. So if we get let's plus extension, then we have to change the repeating verb propose to with the word propose to, and we have to omit that we can say inverted comma, that you should. Instead of inverted comma, we have to use here that you should. So propose to, that you should, and let's will be omitted, deleted. Now I want to discuss with you the optative sentence. If we get optative sentence, then may or extension. If we get may or extension, instead of may or extension, we can use here instead of repeating verb, we'll use here paid. Then instead of inverted comma, we will use here that. Okay. If we get I wish or plus extension, instead of repeating verb, we will use here wished, and instead of inverted comma, we will use here that. In this way, if we get exclamatory sentence, okay, exclamatory sentence that expresses joy and sorrow, if it expresses joy, then we will just change the repeating verb with the word exclaimed with joy and told, and instead of inverted comma, we will use here that. Total, you can say exclaimed with joy and told that. And if it denotes expresses sorrow, then we will use instead of inverted comma exclaimed with sorrow and told, instead of inverted comma that, and we have to change the sentence. So this is the process of changing different types of sentences into indirect narration. And another word, very important word, I want to say that no sentences will be remain except assertive sentence. All the sentences will be converted or transformed into assertive sentence. So we need that assertive sentence of course there will be the subject and verb. If the sentence is interrogative sentence, if the sentence is imperative sentence, objective sentence, and exclamatory sentence, we have to transform it into assertive sentence, because no sentences will be done or left in indirect speech without assertive sentence. All the sentences will be transformed into assertive sentence. Now I am giving you some example from here that you will get the clear idea. Now, dear students, I am setting some examples for your better understanding from assertive sentence and interrogative sentence. Okay, please look at this assertive sentence. Here I have written this is assertive sentence, and according to this assertive sentence, said and inverted comma will be changed. And earlier I have discussed with you how can we change person, and also how can we change verb. Please look at this. This is the subject, Rana, and instead of said there will be told. Actually, please look at this. If we get assertive sentence, instead of said or inverted comma, sorry, repeating verb, there will be told. So we have to write down here told. Told me. With the said we can use to, but if we use told another words, but to will be omitted. So to told me. Instead of inverted comma, we will use here that we have got here. If the sentence is assertive sentence, instead of repeating verb there will be told, and instead of inverted comma there will be that. So we have used here that. Now I will indicate the subject of repeating verb. Now Rana is the subject of repeating verb. Instead of Rana we have to use here pronoun. So pronoun of the Rana will be he. So instead of I there will be he. We learnt about the changing of tenses, okay, verbs. If we get was were, then there will be the had been. If we get was are, there will be a had been. Had been learning. Had been learning English. Had been learning English. So the sentence has been changed into indirect narration. Now I'm just discussing the interrogative sentence. Dear student, look at this. If we get interrogative sentence with starting with helping verb plus subject plus verb plus extension, then we will write asked instead of inverted repeating verb. Okay, so Shima is asked me. Shima asked me. Shima asked me. Uh, instead of inverted comma, we have to use here if. So if, now we have to transform it assertive sentence. If you want to make it assertive sentence, at the first of the sentence there will be the you, then have, then extension. So you, we have got here you. Can you remember you will indicate what? Of course the object of repeating verb. Object